you played a game called Concept?
No.
Okay, you should.
Well, neither have they, because they don't play it right.
I think we played it first.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And previously on the Cape, while making the way to Eastwatch, our heroes diverted through the Mellish Forest to meet Rory and Riker's family. Upon reaching their campground, they found it in ruins, having been attacked by a dragon and its people taken captive. Now, in an attempt to free the Amantis Sylvan clan from the clutches of the dragon Nyra, our heroes find themselves locked in a fearsome battle. So we're gonna kick right off with
Anybody else get like a very Captain Kirk, like William Shatner Captain Kirk vibe whenever he does those?
This time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Yes.
I'm okay with that.
That works.
Toy Story.
All right, Kari, you are
Kari's
up
up.
first.
What's a penguin?
Okay. So Kari is over here, right?
Kari is over there. That is absolutely right. Kari's right there.
Okay, it does show up. Cool. Kari is going to haul ass around the backside of the dragon. Is the dragon on the ground or is it flying?
It is technically on the ground because it's just waylaid into Riker.
Okay, Kari is going to run around the backside of the dragon.
You have 35, 40?
40.
Okay. Is that there?
Yeah, and can I climb up the back of the dragon?
You can certainly try.
I want to try.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
Make a athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna make that. I'm not good at either. That sucks.
Why would you do that then?
I know. It's a different type of acrobatics. That's gonna be a 18.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that you maneuver your way onto the back of the dragon.
I basically want to climb up to its head and take my short sword and I want to stab it in the eye.
Okay, so that's a very specific
That's
call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can make that. I would say you'll make the attack with disadvantage as the dragon is moving around. You're trying to aim for a very specific part.
So with Riker being right there, with that
You're
head,
no longer flanking. You moved out of flanking to get on top of it.
Alright.
So this is disadvantage with a higher AC.
That was a natural 20. Okay, that's not bad. Sorry, I did say short sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my short sword? 19.
No, with the increased AC of trying to aim for the eye, you climb up there trying to swing around. It glances off of the hard scales.
Okay.
Doing no damage.
Bonus action. Slap.
Okay.
That's the thing
Either
that I can do.
Fury of blows.
Yeah, that one. Flurry of blows.
Mark off your key point.
I like that fury of blows. I'm gonna keep punching it.
So mark off your key point. Make 2 attacks. Still at disadvantage for being on the dragon as it's trying to buck you off actively.
Okay. That was 20,
Okay, that'll hit.
and that was 21.
That'll hit.
Yay!
Now is it disadvantage?
Oh. Well, I guess so. 20. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Sorry.
Okay. So 20 and
And 18.
18 just hits.
Oh. Okay, so those are D4s. Those are D6s.
Freddy, you are on deck.
Oh god.
That is.
You is right here.
I'm down.
Don't have
Yeah.
flanking.
Yeah. No, you do not have flanking right now because he is on top.
Do I still have any movement left?
You have.
Do I have enough movement to fall off the back? So just like back roll off the back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Okay, then you roll yourself off the back and you reposition yourself into a flanking position with Riker.
And takes 13 points of punching
13?
damage
Okay.
between the 2 attacks.
Very good. All right,
Alright, Riker, you have flanking now.
Freddy, you are up.
I want to move around behind our friend.
Do you want to get it in melee or stay safe space?
I'm gonna stay within melee range.
25 would get you here. You're not flanking, so you do not have advantage. But you can attack him.
I can't get in flanking?
No, because of how big he is and where he. Because currently he and Riker are in the opposite of flanking.
Okay. Well then, can I be like backed up a foot over?
You don't want to be in melee. You want to step off back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be 1 away.
Okay.
Because I want
We
to.
still get to sneak attack because we're engaged, right?
Oh yeah. You still get sneak attack. Yes.
Cool.
So are you throwing dagger or shooting short sword? Short bow.
If I could shoot a sword, that'd be cool. I'm gonna.
Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna throw knives.
Alright.
Middle of the
Make
battle.
your attack.
Yells it
I
right.
have an idea.
Riker, you're on deck.
Nice. I'm.
That's not going to hit, I think. 13.
13 misses.
That does not hit.
That's really
So
funny.
my bonus knife.
That's great.
Offhand, bonus action.
Modified 20 knife.
That'll hit. You do get sneak attack, but you do not get your modifier.
Right, so that's just the D4 and then the 2D6.
Yes.
Right. That's 3. That's 2. That's another 2. Thanks, John.
So what's the total there?
7.
Thank you.
7. All right. You go release your dagger. The first one bounces off its hard armor, but falls back into your hand. You hold your hand out extended. The other one does pierce, and then returns to your grasp as you stand ready. Riker,
I'm gonna beat the crap out of the sucker.
beat the crap out of the
Do it.
sucker.
Natural 20.
Natural
Ooh.
20. Yeah, okay.
Heyo.
9 times 2.
So you roll your dice, you'll double that, then add your
9 times 2 is 18.
18. You rolled a 9 on the d10.
Yeah. I roll my great.
So 18 plus 5, I believe. So you have a plus 1. Great. Plus 1 glaive because of. Right. 23. Okay.
I'm going to smile and wink at it.
Okay.
Stick out my tongue. And I'm going to use
Drag on. You don't do that tongue thing.
2 scourge points to use dodge as a bonus action.
Okay. Mark those off. You just scored natural 20. Who, from your brutal, critically inspiredness, is inspired off of your savagery? And it's within 30 feet, I believe.
Yeah.
So it would be
any of the
either.
3 around me.
Yeah, so it would be
Or 2 around
Kari or Freddy. Is within
let's
30
go
feet
with
of you.
Kari.
So Kari, as he swings in the savagery of his strike, you feel inspired. You have a D4 inspiration die for the next minute.
What a man.
You feel at first you guys weren't certain about the dragon, but after these series of blows and this serious one taken by Riker, you're feeling fairly confident now. Rory, you're up. You are still way back here.
Yeah. 2 questions.
Yes.
How is Riker looking?
Riker, how are you looking?
Not bad.
He's alright.
And after
I think he's rather handsome.
going around with this dragon, how is it looking?
It's definitely taken some blows, but it's still hanging in there.
It's past the way it looks hurt, at least.
It looks like it can be damaged.
Yeah, that's not encouraging.
Like it's able to be damaged,
Okay.
or it actually is damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Has a cut.
So
You
both
can see
and.
bone in the cut.
Didn't he breathe some nasty stuff earlier?
He did. He murdered
Yeah.
half of the people running out of that.
Wait, is this a he or a she dragon?
Yeah, I was about to have clarification because previously had been referred to with a female voice.
Yeah, is there?
Yeah.
Do we see a dagger?
This is important.
We'll say.
This is important.
This
That's
is
the
a
stop the show.
situation.
I think I've gone back and forth because I get mixed up in my own head because I accidentally changed the name. We're gonna say it's a she and go from there.
Okay.
That's official.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we weren't dealing with more than one dragon.
I know how to DM.
Sorry, hi.
Do I handle really?
When you accidentally say the wrong name and you just don't have to run with it, things go out the window.
It's fine. I just wasn't expecting
Okay.
Chloe getting
having seen that breath attack previously and not liking it, I'm going to
Hi. Have you met me?
move away from teens and mare, I guess, towards the water.
Okay.
How deep is it?
You're like 15 feet from the edge. You trying to go in?
Can I go one step into the water, like 5 feet into the water, and be waist or less?
I would say 5 feet in would put you at waist.
Okay, I'll go 5 feet in.
And it's getting a little steep there, so you're looking at that's difficult terrain. So that's
Okay, that's fair enough. That's I'll hang there.
okay.
And
Because you are tall, you can do this.
okay, that's fair. Sorry, I just
Ladies
realized I
should
can
not.
do my. Can you sort? No, you can't. 'Cause I think I can. Can I shoot my gauntlets, Wes, or is that my other
No,
armor?
that's
my
your
other
other armor.
That's my other armor. Okay, then I will. I'll do a firebolt at
Firebolt?
Dragonite.
Okay, roll your attack.
Firebolt. Oh, come on. Fail me. So let's see. That's not terrible. Oh, that's great. That's a 25.
That hits. Roll your damage. Should be 1d10 fire damage.
That is correct. We use orange dice for freaking. That's a 1 plus 0 because it's a cantrip. So
Yep.
1.
All right. You release your fire, and maybe because you're standing halfway in the water, it doesn't like it.
That water got a little warm real quick.
All right. So now, as we
Boiled some water.
reach initiative count 20, we'll get into some lair actions here.
Oh no.
We're gonna die.
You all see as Nyra reaches out one of its claws and does almost a upward motion. A series of vines begins to sprout forth, making a thorn wall. I need Mare and Augustina to make dexterity saving throws.
That's it.
Most of us made it an entire campaign without losing a character, and half of us are gonna lose one in this fight.
That's thinking positive.
It's okay, I got my backup ready.
Watch,
Somebody
it's
couldn't
gonna
walk away.
switch. Everybody but Jay dies.
I have a backup.
Dexterity
But
saving
you
throw.
die twice.
That's annoying.
5.
5,
12.
5, and 12. You both failed.
Cool.
That's not.
And so you will take. You each take 5 points of piercing damage and are pushed out. So, Mare, you are pushed out of the thorn wall on Rory's side, whereas Augustina, you are pushed out and you are now effectively blocked off there.
Oh, that's not good.
That screws with my plans.
Moving down for the next initiative count.
Wes, do we know any characteristics of this thorn wall? Like, can we see her through it? Does it seem
No,
like
it
it's
is
painful to get
solid.
through?
It is 60 feet long and
Okay.
10 feet high and 5 feet thick of interwoven thorns. You cannot
So
see
it
through it.
looks thick and painful.
It looks very thick and painful. As it was summoned where they were at. Yep. As it was summoned where they were at, you watched as it forced them out of their space and seemed to stab into them as it moved them forcibly.
Cool. Thanks.
You all now see
Bad influences take effect.
coming out of the various. You having a moment now to look around. You see fungal growth in the corners, on the walls, along the banks, and sprawling forth from these fungal growths, you see small green plant-like. If you were to take a goblin, shrink him down to half size, and make him entirely out of plants, these small humanoid-esque, but entirely green and viney, tiny mushroom people begin to spill forth and then look around and just with an impossible speed begin to dart at y'all as
I'm here for it.
Free action to talk to plants and say, "We're the nice guys."
you see coming
I don't know if
forth
they're gonna agree. Dragging
From
birth
here.
them from the walls.
to sprouting out from the around here.
Oh, that's not good.
One sprouting out from here.
Great, cool.
Wonderful.
That's what I need.
And two sprouting out from here.
Oh, that can't be
They will
good.
begin moving.
Doo-doo.
Of course. Of course. We already knew Wes was trying to kill the healer.
I mean,
I blind them. I cast laser pointers. Wait, quick, use the green one. That's the most intense of the
I don't know if
lasers.
he knows you're the healer yet.
Alright.
I don't know if he knows.
And they will all make their series of
This
attacks.
is how you cast.
So, Corey, against you, there is one. I think that's going to miss you with a 10.
Someone losing an eye.
That misses you with a 10, right?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Welder. I know
Freddie,
that.
two are going to come after you.
Me?
Yep.
Great.
One is a 13, which I believe misses you.
I think so. Hold
The
on.
other is a 21.
Nah, I think that might miss too. Oh wait, no. I'm wrong.
Shield. Oh.
So you take
I missed that head.
the first one you miss out the way as these claws come at you. The second one pierces into you and strikes. You take 5 points of poison damage.
Oh, good.
As these, have you ever been stuck by like bull nettle or some type of thorns that make you itch almost? That's sort of what these do. As these plant claw types strike into you, it pierces into you, but it's not the piercing that hurts so much as the poison that enters into your skin right
Which
there.
leads me to ask a very important question. Am I poisoned, or is that just
No,
poison
no.
damage?
That's just damage.
Don't forget resistance poison.
Oh, that's right.
Mare did a thing, or Ari, someone did.
Yeah,
Riker did.
so check that out.
Riker did that.
Riker, one will attack you.
Right.
I think that'll miss with an 11. See here, we have one against you, Rory,
Okay.
for a modified 20,
It's
and that is 4 points of poison damage.
okay.
Mare, one against you for a 15,
Hits.
for 3 points of poison damage, and one against you, Augustina, for 12.
That misses.
That misses. Okay. So as these strike out and some of y'all dodge out the way, some of y'all get hit with the poison. Going right after them is Nyra.
Of course.
Well, when y'all literally take top and bottom of the initiative, everything else goes in the middle. Nyra not liking exactly what's going
We're
on
the
here.
top and bottom of the dragon's meat and sandwich.
Just one to two.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Fly away. So you and you get attacks of opportunity if you so desire. The cave is about 50 feet.
Oh, well. That's frustrating.
What are those?
That is a natural 20.
Nice.
So here's D4 of suck it.
Seeing this dragon now, how accurate was old Butt Munch about him being house sized?
Fairly accurate.
Okay.
Butt munch.
That's not good.
So what's your damage?
8 points.
8. Okay.
8.
Yeah, 8 points.
And Riker.
That landed in the one place I didn't
And I
want
rolled a 26.
That hits. And damage.
So that's 8 plus 4? 5?
Five.
8 plus 5 is 13.
13. Okay. Whew, good hits. It is starting to look very hurt and begins to.
I'm gonna yell coward as it flies.
Okay. And it is not reacting well to its surroundings. It's becoming almost more feral as it is striking out. It is going to unleash 3 attacks. It's going to make a claw attack against Mare and Rory, and 1 bite attack against Rory. So that is a. That's 12 for you, Mare,
Misses.
and that's a natural 20 for you, Rory.
Oh.
So that's going to be. Yeah, that's 22 points of slashing damage on you, Rory.
Ooh!
As the critical strike comes down. I rolled fairly well on that.
How you doing, buddy?
And then
Not good. Let's just say if I didn't have temporary hit points, I'd have been not well at all.
and the bite comes after you, Mayor, for a modified 20.
That will hit.
And that is this and this. And you take 9 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage as its mouth reaches down now and bites into your shoulder and tears away.
Cool.
That is the end of their turn. Augustina, you're up. You are cut off. You have a weird mushroom plant poison creature squaring off, striking into you, and you are cut off from the light source as well, and so you can see light over, but you're definitely standing in shadows right now.
How high is the wall?
The wall is 10 feet high.
Okay. So, high jumps are apparently going off of your strength modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Problem I have with that, her strength is a -1.
Okay.
I also have mirthful leap. So I'm like, what do you do when you have a negative strength modifier and you want to do a high jump?
Okay. I would say
Underneath. We dig.
it would involve an athletics check, and depending on how well that goes, your modifier might be the equivalent of 1.
It couldn't be like an acrobatics check.
No, this is full on just how high do you jump if you're trying to mirthfully leap yourself across, or up and over.
Okay.
Mario
Try jumping.
Okay. You're gonna try to just vault the wall?
That's super
Okay.
jump, Mario.
I'm gonna attempt. What am I rolling today? That's a 3.
3. As you go
Oh, blessed, I don't know if this counts, but with Mirthful Leap I get a D8.
Yeah.
Distance.
Yeah, absolutely. This is that works.
Hey.
I like this. I like this.
No! In the box! 6!
Is that a total of 6?
No. That's +6. So
Okay.
that's 12.
I guess.
Okay, so I will say.
Isn't that what you said? Or is that 10?
I rolled a 4,
Oh, 10. My bad.
so yeah,
So the total is 10?
apparently yes.
Okay. What if your strength modifier is 1? What is your vertical leap distance? 11.
11.
Okay. 10 is what you needed. 10 was what you needed. So as you go to leap, this wall is also 5 feet wide, so you will probably take a little bit of scraping damage as you leap over,
Happens.
and the creature will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Happens.
Okay, so as you leap over and like half jump, half slide your way down this side, the creature will take an attack. That is a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. You will take 6 points of poison damage
Okay.
and another 2 points of piercing damage as you sort of slide your way down, but you have mirthfully leaped over the wall and are now safe.
Do I have any distance remaining to move?
Your total is 35?
Yes.
I'd say you have 15.
I'd like to move back 15, please.
That's sort of into the water?
Sure. Yes. Just back.
Right, so
Back
that's as
15.
far as you'll go, and you were next to one, so he'll also get attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, I did not.
So
realize
on the
that.
other side of Rory here, there was one. Do you still want to move or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh, those things didn't self-destruct on us, they just attacked us.
Yeah, they're still there.
That sucks.
Okay, this completely changed what I was planning on doing. We're gonna try inflict wounds.
Inflict wounds. All right, roll your attack.
We're panicking.
Oh, crap.
I'm gonna just take it. I'm just gonna take it. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
All right. Because you're panicking.
It's a natural 20.
Actually, it's true. Hold on to that one for yours. Okay. 3d10.
The dragon blows up.
You know, at least.
Well, she's inflicting wounds against the little creature, not the dragon.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You're not next to the dragon. You're standing next to a little creature.
Because I thought.
I did too. Okay. Well, whatever.
You're panicking.
I am panicking. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. You reach down, and as you touch out with the necrotic energy, you watch as the creature wilts and falls over dead and seems to disappear into night dust.
And she just hopes everyone is too distracted to notice that. Okay, we rolled a 17. Good.
Okay. So
What's his
mark that up now.
I think that was her wild.
Yeah.
Is that 8 now?
Yeah, I think she's up to 8.
Oh no.
All right, and Mare, you're up.
Alright, who's looking rough on our side?
Rory is right next to you.
Rory. Augustina, how are you looking?
You have Rory 5 feet from you and Augustina 5 feet from you, and they both don't look good. You have a poison spawn right next to you, and behind you, reaching into you, is Nyra.
Okay. So we're gonna start with bonus action healing word for Rory.
Okay.
That is going to be 11.
Nice.
Wow. Is that a second level?
Nope, first level.
Oh,
4 on a d4.
yeah. She heals good.
Back in double digits.
Yay! And then for my action, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Preserve Life
Okay.
to split up 15 HP, 5 to myself, 5 to Rory, 5 to Augustina.
Okay.
Just gracias.
The healer's doing heals. I guess you're staying there, not moving.
I'm not a fan of being where I'm at.
You are base to base to both a poison spawn and the dragon. Just so you're aware.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that? That sounds great.
Is this not what you wanted from Mare?
You know, it wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Some people.
Augustina's version conflicted, but.
I picked the great spot. The dragon didn't.
Yeah, I'm going to try. All the attack of opportunity is headed my way.
I'm sorry, is that supposed to be comforting there?
No, nope.
So what you doing, Mare?
Yeah, Mare is running back towards.
You have laser.
As we're going that way.
Okay. You want to run just away and sort of. Now, there's not much on this side. There's you're gonna have to run into the water essentially. You can run along the shallow end. You can do that, or you can just go straight on. I'm gonna dive into the water and I'm going deep. Sink or swim, you're diving in.
You know, sink or swim, I'm diving in. Let's do it.
Okay.
Wow.
So you go
Wow. Okay.
and you
In over my head. I want to.
go into the
You already
water.
are.
They will both take their attacks of opportunities against you. The poison spawn has an 18.
Oh, that'll hit.
Nyra has a 17 with its claw.
That will also hit.
Okay. So the poison spawn does 6 points of poison damage. And Nyra striking out with the claw, that is 9 points of slashing damage from Nyra. As you take off and run away, they both reach out with their claws and strike into you as you full on just.
So, that's a total of 15 damage. Is that right?
Don't say it.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
No.
Mare gets hit and falls unconscious.
Okay. So you do not go back again. You drop down unconscious
Am I in the water?
No, you weren't close enough to that. So as you go to take away, you go, I'm gonna dive into the water. You go down. All right. So with that, Kari, you're up.
How many feet am I away from the group?
You are 55 feet from there.
Shoot. Alright.
Spend a key point to spend as a bonus.
Yeah. I don't like this.
See, the nice thing about this now is Nyra doesn't have a reaction anymore.
True.
Yep.
Neither one of them do.
Kari's going to sprint, key point dash.
Okay. Step of the wind. You are moving.
I'm gonna get to there, and I'm gonna pull off one of the out of my bindler, one of the potions,
You do get
and
an attack of opportunity from a spawn
okay.
against you, but that's a miss of a 15.
Yeah. And potions are what? Regular potion.
2d4 plus 2.
Thank you. Nice. 8 points.
Thank you.
So like a bullet out of a gun, Kari sprints across, sort of power sliding in, opens up a potion, and Mary, you return to consciousness.
Can I
Mario,
pull like? This is gonna sound terrible. Can I like superhero toss Mare behind me without letting them hit her?
Do you want to switch places?
Essentially.
Yeah, you have enough movement left. I would say, unless if Mare doesn't have an issue with this, yes.
Nyra
Otherwise,
does
it would be
not have an
contested.
issue with this.
So yeah. Does your
From where I was.
when you sprint, your speed's like 80, right?
That's correct. No, my yes, 80. Sorry.
So yeah, you definitely have enough speed that you couldn't move Mare.
All right. Cool. Oh yeah, they already used their attack.
They did.
Nothing. Ha! And that's all I got.
Ready, you up?
Hey!
Well, tell me what to do.
I did. I just screamed your name.
And those are little mushroom people on either side of me, right?
Yep, you're flanked by poison spawns.
That's doo-doo. Sure, I'll go for the first one with my short sword.
Okay, you wheel with your short sword to try to get the first one, roll your attack.
I mean, they're the same, right? I get it.
Yeah.
There's no real reason to target one or the other. Yes! Oh, God, why do I roll except use my That's a 9.
9 will miss.
That's poopy bad. Then I'll
They're short and quick.
yeah, dagger on the other one.
Okay.
Same thing.
They are a lot faster than you're expecting, and they are short, so you're trying to swing at them, and they are quick and moving around. Are you trying to move or stay there?
I mean, if I move, I'm gonna get 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yes,
now.
you will.
I can't, and I wasted my bonus action, so great. Yeah, I guess I'm staying there.
Okay. So we move on to Riker.
How far away is that? The dragon.
From you,
How much
through
movement?
your friends.
How much would it take to get within 10
That's
feet?
how I feel right now.
You can't really get within 10 feet because there's layers of people. Because you got 2 here, 2 here. You can't really get within 10 feet.
How did you allow Jay and Lauren to swap? What would
He had enough movement speed left. Essentially, he used half speed to drag and pull, and then the rest of his speed to refill the space. He had, by the time he got over there, he had an extra 55 minus 80 minus 55. You had that
Yeah,
much,
so
25. He had 25 feet of movement left to make that
so
move.
it took 55 to get there?
Yes. So for you, you could get next to the fray for like 30.
I'm gonna punch little munchkin right there.
You're gonna
hit it, like with my glaive.
Okay.
Smack it.
It's a punch. I was like, you unarmed striking punch. All right, cool.
Natural 19.
Natural 19. That'll hit. Roll your damage.
That's not as good. That's 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as you swing into it. It goes down. Seems to stand back up. Very, very, very hurt.
Bonus action. Unarmed strike.
Okay.
Natural 18.
That hits.
And the unarmed strike is what? 6 points.
It should be 1 plus your strength mod. So 5. So again, as you punch into it, you watch as it collapses. It seems to go down, but comes back. Something about it is keeping it held on to life.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay, you going forward? Okay. Yeah, 30 gets you right next to the fray. There's a lot of people in the mix here. It will take an attack of opportunity against you as you run away. That's a 16.
Yep.
Okay. That is 4 points of poison damage. Rory, you're up. You are, you're wasted deep in water. You have a poison spawn behind you, a dragon fairly close to you, a mayor at your feet, barely conscious.
Okay. Since I forgot about it previously, I am going to let Penny take her. I need to roll for spawns, and I'm gonna let Penny take her shot at the poison spawn.
Okay.
I'm rolling for spines to generate today. Oh, full 4.
Okay.
What's that? Supposed to hit. So here's the roll. Oh, that did not go in that almost went to 4. There we go. Oh, that's a 2, 11.
11 misses.
Okay. Screw that guy, and Rory's gonna take a swing at the dragon with the Thunder Gauntlet.
Okay. You need to move 5 feet closer to it, but yes, that's easy enough.
Okay.
So you slide right in, try to get close to the dragon. Take your unarmed strike. Your Thunder Gauntlet strike.
I just keep launching my dice on the floor. Too much power. That is a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Nice.
Okay.
This is thunder damage, right?
This is thunder damage.
Okay.
So we'd be going for more
So
thunder
that's
damage.
You want thunder damage.
Okay, and so that's gonna be. There we go. That's gonna be 12 damage,
Okay.
and he's gonna say, as he hits, to say, "Leave my friends alone," and then immediately on impact, he gets this grin and says, "Catch me if you can," and he goes invisible and dives in the water. And the dragon, because I hit, has disadvantage on anyone but me next turn.
Okay. Which ability is it that does that?
That's the Thunder Gauntlet, so I'll pull up here.
Okay.
So, a creature hit by the gauntlet has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
As the armor emits a distracting pulse.
Very nice.
How much
And
damage
I'm
was that?
diving.
12.
I use bonus action to use my
To go invisible?
yeah, so hidden step and diving in the water and moving away. It's as deep as I can, and as soon as I get bottom of the floor, away.
Okay. You are moving at half speed. You do not hit bottom of the floor, but you get, because it's difficult terrain
Yeah.
for swimming.
Okay, so you have movement for swimming.
But you are underwater now
Okay.
and invisible.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
It is now lair actions. Yeah, he's going to.
Oh, actually, Wes, sorry, is because Riker's right like 10 feet away from him.
No, Riker's like 15 feet away from him.
Okay, either way. Oh, no, I have to change out the bonus action. Never mind. I was gonna have the little Zephyr do something, but he's gonna stay put.
Okay. Alright, for the lair action, I will need Riker. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. John?
Sorry. Family text with
Okay.
medical stuff.
Yeah, you're good.
So, say that.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm not smart. But that's a
Very wise.
natural 16 plus 1 is 17.
Nice.
You feel as this mystical fog begins to build up around you, something tried to pierce your mind, but you managed to push it off. Okay then.
Sucker, you have to have a mind to pierce.
It is. The poison spawns go.
Oh, good.
This one is going to go. And this one is going to go.
Oh, good. I
And
was hoping.
the one on the other side of the wall is going to. Perfect. One on the other side of the wall is going to and pop out up here.
Cool.
See,
Cool.
Rude.
slides through. So we will roll some attacks. First, against Freddy. Freddy got 3 attacks coming at you. First one is going to be a modified. Nope, that's a 18. That's a 22 to hit. Second one's going to be a 15. And the third one's going to be a 10. So that's 2 hits. So that's 6. That's 6 points and 5 points for a total of 11. You're resistant, right? So 11 reduced to 5.
Oh, so I should have taken the dash reduced damage on that other damage. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that was.
Check the note taker and reduce it. Reduce it rounding down. Okay. One attack against you, Riker,
3.
for a natural 20. So that's going to be max on the die. So that's 10 points of poison damage. Slow die. And then we'll have 2 against you, Kari. That's a 10 is a miss.
Oh, right.
And that is a modified 20. And that is going to be 5 points of poison damage.
Oh no!
That's their go. It is now Nyra's turn. Nyra is going to.
Like his face.
That would have been a great time to get his breath weapon back, but it didn't.
That might have just saved our back. Alright.
It is going to. Go down. Yeah. It's gonna fly around here. You do an attack of opportunity. Again. It's going to fly.
Why?
18.
It's like
18 hits.
Kill us or something.
Roll damage.
That is 10 points of damage.
On a d4?
No, for sword.
Oh, you use your sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I forgot I had last time.
Okay. I was like, how does a d4 plus 4 equal 10?
It does it, but a d6 that rolls a 6.
Okay. Alright, it will fly around. It will do a claw attack on Mare, a claw attack on Augustina, and a bite on Riker. First one against Mare is going to be a 20.
Yeah.
23 for
None of us have good armor in fighting a dragon.
for 10 points of slashing damage.
Disadvantage.
You're right.
Thank you.
For 22.
Yes.
So yeah, 10 points of slashing damage.
And I'm out again.
Okay. And it falls unconscious.
I'm awake. I'm asleep. I'm awake. I'm asleep. I'm awake.
Second attack against you. Disadvantage is a 19. Oh, I'm sorry.
13.
17.
Oh,
Maybe, just maybe.
Mine was better.
I tried.
That's 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Are you still conscious?
Maybe. Yes.
Legitimately surprised. And the bite attack against Riker is at disadvantage a 18.
Yep.
Golly. 3 attacks. Nothing.
That is going to be 14 points of piercing damage and 5 points of poison damage. Riker goes unconscious.
I don't have enough potions for all of you.
Hang on.
I think I
There we
do,
go.
but I don't have enough turns to do that.
Hang on.
Augustina, you're up.
I'm going to mutter angrily about this whole situation and grab a health potion
Okay.
and shove it down Mare's throat.
The whole thing. Glass bottle and everything.
She forgets to open the bottle. She just. Mayor loses his saving throw because the cork wasn't taken off.
We have this whole stupid conversation about consent and she's not even here. 6 points of healing.
So, Mary, you wake up to a very frustrated Augustina screaming, "Fuck, you want it? But you are conscious. You still have your movement and your bonus action.
Is there anywhere to move at this point?
Not really.
Yeah.
Back over the wall.
Might have been safer.
And how is the dragon looking?
Fairly hurt. The dragon's having a terrible day right now.
Okay.
Great thing. Yeah.
Do it at a distance. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to turn Chill Touch into a bonus action.
Okay. Quicken spell. Quickening spell.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm going to aim it at the friggin' dragon.
Your attack.
And
Or is it a saving throw?
oh, that's a good point. Is there a saving throw?
I don't remember if Chill Touch is an attack roll or a saving throw.
It is an attack roll.
Okay.
But I'm gonna bonus myself on this and use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Okay, I love it.
He thinks that's a big deal.
That's a natural 20. For a total of 25.
Natural 20 on a spell, absolutely. That does not happen often.
The power of Satyr. It's a D8. It's a D8.
Roll your D8 and double it.
That's 12 points of necrotic damage.
Very good.
At
So-
this point in time, she's again hoping people are too distracted to notice the ghostly skeletal hand.
Yeah, so as you reach out, this hand seems to reach out, and as it touches the chest area of Nyra, the flesh begins to just almost rot away as you do some serious damage to it.
And Nyra cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Hey! Cheers.
All right. And with
And
Do not sit off.
that, you moving?
yeah, that's it. I can't move anymore.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Mare, you are conscious on the ground. You see Raikou next to you, unconscious. You see a very hurt dragon in front of you. There are poison spawns all around you.
I stand up.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Aid.
Okay.
And so myself, Augustina, and Riker all automatically get 5 hit points,
Is it-
and our max hit points increase.
So it's not temporary, it is actual hit points, right?
It is actual hit points.
Okay, so Riker,
Our current hit points go up by 5, and our max HP goes up by 5.
you come back to life with 5 hit points.
Is that like
It's a temporary increase.
It is an increase to your max, so it's not temporary hit points, but it is a temporary max increase. I think it lasts
Okay.
for a minute, right? Yeah.
I'm just gonna make
So
it.
for a minute, you have your increase maximizes by 5. So after 5, your max will go down, but that healing does not go away after a minute. So, all right. So that was your action.
Yeah, I can't do anything else, and trying to move out of this did not work well last time, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
Just take your time.
Kari, you're up.
Is there anything between me and Dragon?
Augustina, Riker, lots of people.
Okay, but no enemies.
The duration is 8 hours.
Okay.
Oh.
He means emotionally.
Is that concentration or no?
No.
Okay, cool.
Is there any enemies between me and Dragon?
Enemies, no.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little front flippy thing over Augustina and punch Dragon.
Over Augustina is standing on top of Riker. Riker is down.
Oh, I can't see. Oh, Riker, I'm sorry, dude.
Flank.
Okay, can I just climb on top of the dragon again?
Make a acrobatics check. See how that works.
Just
Come on.
19?
Yeah, so you
Come on, Mug.
vaulting over, working, that is pretty much all your movement to work through your friends, get up on top of the dragon. You are on the dragon, once again.
And stabbing the dragon with the short sword.
Take 2 attacks of opportunities from the poison spawns that were next to you. One of them, I think 19 misses, right?
No, 19 just.
Okay, and the other one misses.
Okay.
Yeah, with the natural 2, the other one misses, but this one does 6 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And you are now, once again, on top of the dragon.
If only you had Stunning Strike, this could be the beholder.
I know!
To annoy the crap out of Wesley again.
Why do you think I wanted to be a monk?
So, you're making your attack.
Stab it with a
Disadvantage.
sword. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that's a +6. That's not +4. That's a +6. That is a modified 20.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Modified 20 hits. Roll your damage.
Oh. 7 points of damage.
Okay, 7 points.
And then, using my last key point, I slap a slap.
Okay, roll your 2 attacks.
And these are with the disadvantage as well, right?
They are.
Okay. Unrestricted, there it is. Or unarmored. I'm done. 13 plus 6, help.
19.
Thank you. Well, 13 and 17. So that's strike 1.
Okay. 19 hits.
Let's say 16, and that's a 9 plus 6 is a 15.
15. First one hits, second one misses.
Well, let's see
You
what
try
happens.
to slap the dragon.
Oh, nice. That's 8 points of damage.
Do you roll a 4?
Yes, roll 4.
Okay. He not looking good. She not looking good.
And I'm just going to wrap on and hold on for dear life.
Okay. Ride the dragon. Freddy, you're up. You got lots of little boys around you.
Can I potentially get within flanking of the Durkin? Do I have enough movement for that? I got 30.
No, because the dragon's like half on the water. You notice that with the ability to fly, and also it seems fairly amphibious in its nature, the water doesn't seem to affect this dragon at all.
So I couldn't give Riker.
No.
Well, I'm going to. I still want a bonus action disengage from the 3 turrets that are surrounding me.
Okay, you dodge your way out of that nightmare.
I appreciate that reference.
I'm gonna go still and like move this direction.
Okay. So that's like 15 feet of movement to get you there.
Yeah. And I will throw a knife and yell at it. Your mother was a gecko.
Okay. It is, I'll tell you this, it is out of your 20 feet. I have a thing around here somewhere.
Its tail is right within 20 feet. Yeah, I can
Stab it in the tail.
like there's the the tail, and here comes the knife right in the end.
Never mind. We'll say it's exactly within 20 feet, so you do not have disadvantage with your knife strike.
Which one do I want?
Behind your laptop
These
is
two
the
are
little
better.
20-foot measuring thing. Behind your laptop.
Which one do I trust more?
Oh, I don't know what happened to my rope.
The power of purple. Wow.
I need rope.
Hey, we trust purple a lot. That's a natural 20.
Yeah!
Okay.
Lauren chose it right.
So that is
She
a
has some divine inspiration.
D4 with your 2d6 doubled.
Cool. I was hoping I got my D6.
Yeah, no, you got plenty of allies around it. Literally one on top of it.
You know, it's just one of those things. That's 9 and 2, so 11 points to 22 plus 3, 25, and I follow that up with, and your father's a
Freddy?
cross-eyed chameleon.
Freddie, this one's yours.
I mean, it's like I said the things I said, and that shit goes. We take the knife, we flip it, and just right in the tank.
Okay, yeah. And so as you throw the knife, going right up, Corey, just for a moment, you look behind you and you see this knife fly and you go, oh, this isn't gonna end well. But right as you think it's gonna hit you, you see the dragon turn and rear, and the knife gets and slices into the dragon, piercing itself all the way through. And Kari, you feel a little bit of poke in your side as the tip of the blade is sticking out. The dragon begins to fall and starts sinking down into the water. Kari, make a dexterity saving throw. Or drown with the dragon.
Hey, I can so.
Augustine is whooping. Like, that's my best friend!
That's a 12. So plus
the
6.
dragon.
18.
18.
No, we just have mushroom people.
And Rory, given where you went underwater, I will also need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Bro,
As you are invisible and the dragon starts coming down.
friendly fire.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Now, wouldn't a bloated body sink slowly?
Loaded yet.
Yeah, except
It
it's
could be-
1,000 pounds.
It's more of the massive wings just sort of curling and not getting wrapped up in the dragon.
And some surface tension, I hope, because that's an 8.
8? Okay.
Oh no.
As the wing sort of comes and swings around, you sort of get caught up in it and you are taken down with it. You don't take any damage, but you are gonna have to detangle yourself or you will probably start drowning. What's your constitution modifier, my man?
It's a +2.
Okay,
So I
so
got
you-
3 minutes?
Yeah, so you can hold your breath for 3 minutes.
Can I like send my little rope dagger down and try to like crawfish it out?
He's invisible right now.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
You-
I'm invisible for 6 seconds.
Yeah, it has not been your turn yet, so you
Right.
have no idea
Oh,
where
I guess we're not in combat
you
yet.
get yourself up, out, and you surface on the water. And it's at this point, you take a moment, you breathe, and you look around, and the plants fade away.
Oh, that's
Spawns seem to lose their life and return simple to fungus.
that's convenient. So I killed the fungus too.
They all seem to disappear. Rory, I need you to make an athletics check to detangle yourself.
Sure, why not? Oh, that's an 8.
Okay. So as you all come back and begin looking around, the dragon sinking, the light there. What do y'all do?
Do we see Rory?
It just started sinking and I'm awake, right?
Mhm.
I know it sinks fast.
Mhm.
It's got cool armor because I couldn't hit it a couple times, so it's stronger than I am. So I'm going to grab out my kukri and dive.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm running to help get Rory.
You.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, you guys do not know. Rory turned invisible and just did. You have no idea where Rory
Would we
is.
have seen the splash?
In the chaos of the dragon also standing in the water and everybody else up and down out of the water,
Riker wouldn't have
Splash,
colored
splash.
anything?
nobody.
I don't know.
Right now, you guys do not know where Rory is.
I don't know where he is, but we do know he's missing. Like, we don't see him, right?
Yeah,
Well,
looking around
Plus,
immediately,
since
you do not
Lincoln,
see him.
He could be anywhere in the cave.
It's lit up.
Do I need to know exactly
Yeah,
where
cave
he
is
is?
lit up.
Cast message at
Is
him?
the cave lit up? I thought.
That was my first turn. I threw a light.
Yeah, no, there is light in the cave, or else this would have been totally different. Some of y'all can't see.
Yeah.
I saw.
What does message say?
That's a great question. That's all another
What does
book.
message say? So, Riker, you're trying to skin the creature that's underwater?
I have no idea about dragons, so I just know something that's stronger than me because my character's dumb regarding
You
dragons.
do,
Yes,
you
I
do
will-
know about the process of removing a hide is difficult,
Yes, but
especially
if
on.
I can just get like even a trophy, a claw, a tooth, anything,
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. So I just want to do it before he gets down because I don't know how deep this.
I would
pool
say,
is.
yeah, you could go down and remove a tooth from it. if you
About
want
the
to.
time he's trying to move down towards this dragon, the dragon suddenly jettisons toward him 10 feet and like has Thunderwave to get it off me and swim out from under it.
What are the components of Thunderwave?
Vocal somatic.
Okay, so as you speak, the little bit of air you had goes. So you are now actually drowning as this poof.
For message, it says the target has to be in range.
You don't have to see it.
I don't have to see it.
But you have to know the
Cast your ball.
direction is the question.
Right, but did I see him turn invisible?
You did. You saw where he was. So you can sort of hope to point, and hopefully he's still in that general
I
direction.
call out to him, I don't get a response. I message. What, Rory, where did you go?
Roll me a d20 just to see if you get within close enough reception range.
Wieners. Wieners and butts. Nope, nope.
You go to point where he was. You get no response. He's no longer there.
Is he still invisible? Well, how close am I?
No,
to
he is now visible. You watch as there's this depth charge essentially goes off underwater, and you're fairly aware there's one person in your party who is doing things, so you know Rory's down there.
Do you say anything?
He's underwater.
I'm
right now.
underwater, bro.
He is diving.
I thought you came up.
He is diving for trophies. Saw a depth charge and
I'm
swims
finding
down.
one.
Okay, so you find Rory sort of curled up in the wing, trying to break himself free. What are you doing?
I'm going
Well, if
to.
I cast Thunderwave, it moves 10 feet away from me.
If you're,
Okay, it moves 10 feet away from you.
Correct.
Okay. The water makes it a little iffy, but yes. So you are separated some, but it's still above you.
The water would technically move as well and create a vacuum, and when that collapses, I'd probably die, but that's another thing.
Yeah, no, I'm
I didn't think
aware.
about that.
I'm aware of this. Yes. So you have this longer time. You also have no air now. You are officially drowning. So as the dragon moves up, at this point Riker goes in with it. Riker, you have one move. You see Rory now. There's a space. There's the wing sort of curled up and spaced up around him. There, you have a moment to try to pull him out from underneath this dragon. What will come back in? What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to pull him out.
Okay, make an athletics check with disadvantage as the water is moving.
I message Riker to ask them.
Athletics at disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's 15.
15. Okay. As you sort of go down, you extend your hand. Rory, you reach up and grab him, and by taking whatever momentum you can, you swing him just out of the way as the dragon begins to fall down, and you all come up, surfacing. Rory's coughing, sputtering, alive. You didn't get your tooth you wanted, but you got your brother.
That's a fair second.
So as you all come up now, you can see everybody. You see there are some pharaohs beginning to peek around this corner of this open cave here. There are the dead pharaohs.
We killed the dragon!
Augustina,
I go to the door to unlock it.
ignorant of a lot of this, probably skipped over to the other one and yelled inside, "Do any of you know Rory and Riker?"
Okay. So Augustina skips over there.
I go to unlock the door.
Okay. So fairly close as there's movement. You hear somebody go, "Rory." Oh. You know that? Rory. Oh, you guys. What is this? And about this time you reach the door. Make your lockpick check.
Purple pen. That's 17.
17. You go and pop it. It begins to swing open. And as these pheromones begin to stumble out,
Come to your freedom.
you all see a collection of pheromones. Brown fur, with a slight yellow tint off the tip of them. And with that, we're gonna go to break real quick.
Oh, dang!
Well done, y'all. So we'll come back here in like 5-10 minutes.
I murdered a dragon.
So, coming back into it here, as Riker and Rory are resurfacing, sputtering, Augustina and Freddy have just gone and opened up a cage, asking if any of them knew Rory, and an older Faribolg with light brown fur, a tint of yellow, slightly gray in some spots, joined by a female Faribolg, and surrounding them coming up, you see 5 children.
Augustine be like, oh good, you're not the dead ones! And she's gonna turn around and yell at the rest of the group, they're alive!
And at this point, the rest of them seem to be working their way towards the exit as they're wanting to get out of here, but this small cluster, this family, seeing y'all, stops for a moment and just begins taking in the scene of everything.
Augustine is skipping back to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna go stand next to. Where are Rory and Riker at this point? Because I look like I'm in the water.
Yeah, they popped up. I'm not really paying attention to this.
Yeah.
They're like somewhere around here.
I'm gonna go stand next to
I did want to look at this thing too.
Rory and Riker and put a hand on their shoulders. And, this seems like this is gonna be very emotional, so I'm gonna leave you to it. And I'm gonna grab my rope and dive into the water.
Okay, you dive in.
And I'm heading towards the dragon.
Okay. What did you say you wanted to look at?
Careful there.
I wanted to go investigate.
Okay, roll there.
Is it just a platform or is it?
It is. As you get closer to it, you can make an investigation check.
I just wanted to see if there was loot hanging about.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Investigation. Not, they don't that bad. Move the knife out of the way. Hey, that's a 19 plus 5.
Okay. 19 plus 5. Looking at it, you see that this seems to be a sacrificial dinner table type. You see that there is blood that has dried, some of it may be fresher than others, over it. This seems to be where the dragon bird eat its meals. But with the 19, off to the right, you see what originally catches your eye is the glint of some coinage.
How much coinage?
Curious about this dragon hoard, you slide over there and begin looking through, and you find this looks to be the beginning of a hoard. You find 27 platinum pieces, 384 gold,
21 platinum?
27,
27 platinum.
384 gold, 232 silver,
32 silver,
154 copper, various gems scattered about that equal around 250 gold's worth of gems. And then what was your investigation check?
It was a 19 and the modifier is 5.
So you rolled a 19.
Yes, I rolled it.
Oh, okay, all right. So that changes something.
It's still sitting there.
So total of 24. Okay, all right.
Do I find any
So you find one thing you find is it's a flat iron rod, fairly simple in make, with a looks to be a button on the end of it. You find buried beneath some plants, soot, and coinage, a shield made out of wood and framed in metal, and affixed onto the shield is a unblinking open eye focused in the center of it. And because you rolled so high, you find a delicate silver chain with a brilliant cut black gem pendant in the middle of it.
This is a Banff necklace, I call
Don't
it.
let Jay have it.
And so Here. Those are yours.
Cool. I got a bunch of shit.
I did good with the necklace.
Ah, very good.
Augustina skips back over to the group. Does she still look pretty rough?
I knew exactly. I had a feeling.
Yeah, she's not looking great.
Okay. I say, I very much appreciate your assistance, and you take those healing words for 10 points of healing.
Were those healing words?
They are what she gets.
Here's a question for the DM.
Yes.
If someone gives a compliment but they take it as an insult, does that change from healing words to cutting words?
It depends on what they have available.
So the option based on that is Augustine is at full health or Augustine is out.
So as Freddy is going through and collecting what seems to be a lot of coinage and some items, you have dove down to.
I basically tying a rope around the dragon legs, the front legs, or whatever legs I can, and then going back, swimming back to the surface, and finding something that I can basically tie the rope off to.
Okay. Make a general dexterity check to try to. You are at disadvantage because you have no light. You do not have dark vision, and it is at this depth very dark underwater.
The little light things that we had.
Oh, you have
I had
Rory's
one of
lights?
those,
Okay,
yes.
then just make a straight check then. Straight dexterity check to see how well you can tie a rope underwater around a heavy dragon.
That is a natural 17, so plus dex is 4.
Okay.
That's, 21.
You fairly confidently tie come up, resurface. There isn't a whole lot to anchor to, but
Basically just something that keeps the rope from falling back into the water.
okay,
Is there
yeah.
something I can
You can take your short sword tied around there and stick that into the thing,
Cool.
so keep the rope sort of.
Awesome. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to start trying basically as everybody's doing their various things. I'm going to very subtly and quietly start moving bodies out of the cave. The dead bodies.
Okay. There are still pharaohs slow, like it's hard for them to some of them move. And a bright light suddenly showed up, so they are disorientated, and so you sort of begin corralling the live ones and making the arrangements. So, okay. And at this point, Rory, as you resurface and begin drying off or shaking off, depending on however you do, you see walking up to you your family. And the minute they see you, you see big smiles on their faces as they run over to you. Your father, Parnell, comes and just wraps you up in this. He is your size, perhaps maybe a little bigger, but just gives you the biggest, warmest of hugs. And just says, Rory, I never thought we might see you again. Oh, it's good to see you, son. It's good to see you. And at this point, your mother sort of comes up and forces you apart and gives you a big hug. How are you? You made it. And you just begin to get tackled by Rasta and Raven come up and give you a hug. Rauja sort of slides up to you, sort of gives you a side hug, nice to see you, Rory.
That's great.
Kevin, you don't see Kevin at first, and then out of nowhere, you feel like an attack on your shin, and you're not sure if he kicked you or headbutted you, but he was there and just embraces your leg, and at this point is now hanging on and just sort of sitting on your leg and just not really moving, but just sort of there. He is now a permanent fixture. And Riker, you see all of these very Rory-esque looking Pharaohs come up and just almost assault him as you're standing next to him.
I'm gonna slowly walk back and distance myself from that situation. Praise him.
Am I about done looting all my stuff?
Yeah, you're collecting. Just to-
Walk up, big man. Do you not want to go and mingle with family?
I think most everyone in here knows family. So if you saw family, it would be something to say, oh, look, I know my mom. Oh, look, there's Granny over there. How exactly do you approach family that you don't know? Have you ever been to, I've heard about these things called family reunions. I do not understand this concept.
Never had one myself either, if I'm being honest.
But I'm sure there would be some sort of little person who would say, oh, come over here, there's someone you need to meet. This is your great Sue, great Aunt Sue, twice removed on your mother's cousin's side. I would not care about said woman, aside from the fact that the person I know and care about says that I should. This is, unfortunately, the emotion that I have of that and maybe a little bit of apprehension. I'm supposed to know you. How do you tell someone, hi, you birthed me, you took care of me, I completely forgot who you were. I hope your life is nice.
So while that conversation is going on, Rory, as you are embraced by your family there in that moment.
Everybody, it's so good to see you guys. I'm doing okay. I have some new friends, and we came back to kind of pass through on our way out to the East Coast and ran into butt lunch. I forgot to grab my notes.
Tathan?
Tathan the Dingleberry.
And Tathan the Dingleberry. And
As he will be known for all time.
we found out about the whole dragon situation, so we came to help.
You hear Kevin go, Dingleberry.
That's what my friend Gray calls Tathan. Sort of like a
And because it's
title.
true.
He's not wrong.
We are familiar with the actor. Tell me, where is he? He was not with us when we were brought here.
Can I hear it?
Last I saw, he was running away from the village for his life. We sort of threatened him. I know that wasn't a nice thing to do.
Well, to be fair, I'm the one who threatened him.
I feel like it was warranted, I would say.
Oh wow, you're cool, Dad.
You definitely have some new friends indeed. We should probably, and at this point Maribel goes, we should probably leave this cave, yes? That's...
Yeah, let everybody get out of the cave, and while we're walking, so, you know Penny, and Penny's good, she's cool, she can, like, attack things now, which is cool.
You see them all sort of go like, oh, sure, okay.
Don't test me, Kevin. But, like, if Penny were suddenly a cactus, so Penny's like one of these cactuses, like, that's kind of ball-shaped and has a little red flower on it, but if she was suddenly like one of, like, these cactuses that look like this, and maybe didn't have a flower, like, she would still be Penny, and I would know that, right?
You're actually
Yes.
caught. Squirrel!
So, that's sort of how, so, I don't know how to say this, and I'm not good at beating around the bush or really talking to people. So, I found Riker, and he's sort of not the same cactus anymore.
I'm doing one. I'm standing next to I'm doing like this.
Augustina dodged sadly. Squirrel!
Full Vanna White, like, here he is! Sorry, Big Mom, he's the one who put the beans.
So you probably won't recognize him anymore, and he also sort of had that Polynesia. It's not
Like
right.
a spa?
I think you mean
That one thing where he forgets things.
amnesia is the word you're looking for, I do believe.
That's the one. That's the one. I haven't been keeping up with my vocabulary since I left. It's more been learning like spells and tinkering and stuff.
You've developed some other skills for sure.
Yeah, we can get to that. I can punch things really loud. But yeah, Riker's not. He's different.
And at this point, they sort of look over to the presentary Freddy, Riker, and
Don't hurt me. It's his fault.
He's that little fawn now.
I'm not pointing at you.
I'm just kidding. That's not.
I'm kidding.
I don't know
this
how to
point,
lighten the mood.
Riker, you see a middle-aged woman approach you. She's
Harry.
a little shorter than Roy. Her fur is where the general family will have lighter brown. Her fur is just slightly darker. Still has a slight yellow tint to some of it. Some of it has a reddish tint coming off other sides. You see she has slight gray beginning to form around the eyes. And as she walks over to you, she doesn't say anything. She just walks up to you and embraces you. And holds you there for a minute. And then after a moment, she
Well,
releases
Riker
you.
doesn't like hugs anymore.
He never did. And she looks up at you and reaches out and touches this side of your face. And looks at you directly in your eyes and says, "Welcome home, son." You are. I see it. A mother knows her son. I see it in your eyes. Come here. And she grabs your hand and begins to lead you into the group.
Ghost, am I willingly not resisting, just not sure.
And as she sort of brings you in, as the rest of the family is standing there, she goes, "Children, I'd like you to introduce you to your brother. This is Riker. He's been gone from us for some time, but he's our family. And now, I would like to leave this cave, as I don't like it here." And she begins walking definitively out. You guys had began, but then upon the cactus exploration, progress was slow. But now, as your family leaves, you begin the process of removing the remaining of the dead fur bolts out.
We're gonna take the bodies and start taking them to the cart, and laying them in there and see if we can find like blankets and stuff to cover them and everything. How many bodies were there total?
There would be 12.
Okay.
If that's the case, then I would start helping eventually.
Eventually, y'all do guide with the rest of the Amantes Sylvan clan. You begin working your way back to the remaining village. Your dragon rope concoction is still hanging like a fish in the pond. You're gonna leave it there?
For now, I have a feeling it won't be hard to talk a certain someone into coming back for it.
Okay. Well, I'll say that you find a more permanent fixture that you can attach the rope to so you can retrieve your sword.
Okay, that's good.
Y'all make your way back to the ruined village, and it seems people are tired but welcoming. And we're gonna skip to a few days later. So, you guys have been with the village for a couple days, so I'd like to know over that time what you have been doing, and we're gonna sort of go around. So we're gonna start with you, Freddie.
Oh god. Well, I would have, gotten everyone together and be like, "So I found all of this shit. Who wants some damn money?" And would have tried to split it up evenly, though I would have kept 2 extra platinum for myself because I'm the one that killed the dragon.
So you can divvy up, and
Yeah.
just a general note.
Yeah.
Some of this money may belong to some of the people around.
Oh shit. Well, I didn't think about it.
No, and that's fine. But one thing, as you come back and begin rebuilding, their time here as the villagers, they do begin. I forgot to mention this. They begin rebuilding and nursing wounds suffered, and that seems to be what the villagers are doing. But don't let that change what you're doing. You do you, my guy.
I mean, yeah.
Freddy be Freddy.
Freddy be Freddy. You right?
That's true.
I pocket the platinum and the gems. And who's the de facto leader of the town?
There isn't one. Seems like they are trying to figure that out. The leader of their town was Tatham.
Right, but he's Turd Man. He has ran.
Right. So there isn't. It seems like they are trying to figure it out. It seems like each individual family is attempting to rebuild their own house, but there doesn't seem to be any set leadership at the time.
Is their dad kind of doing?
He's around, and given as time passes, you find that given the intellectual nature of their parents, they do seem to have many people come for counsel, for comfort. So there are others. It does seem that some people do go to their dad and their mom for comfort in these trying times, for wisdom. But they are not alone. There are other elders within the clan that people visit. But you spending your nights and your days and time with the family.
Yeah. Because if he seemed like he was taking charge, I would give him back the gold, silver, and copper. But this money you might need to rebuild, and I found this in the cave. I think this might belong to some of you here.
We can definitely make use of it. Thank you. This will do well for the clan.
So I give back the copper, the silver, and the gold. But the
Okay.
platinum and the 250 money's worth of gems, that's mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so they do that. And as y'all are staying, as night comes, y'all are welcome to stay in the house of Parnell and Marabella. It is a little cramped. It's that you ever do like sleepover at like friends or like family where like everyone's welcome. Maybe you're sleeping on floors or wherever you can. It's a little cramped in there, but like by all means, they are welcoming to whoever wants to. So if that is where you choose to sleep, that is it right here with them.
So you said this has been a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So we slept. Do we feel stronger?
All right, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
But we have slept, so we should go ahead and do
Yeah.
it.
So you guys go ahead and do long rest things as we are fast forwarding. So, Freddie, anything else you want?
I'll go ahead and give 4 platinum to everybody, and I'll keep 3 for myself.
Hey, son. Thank you, sir.
Those
Nice.
of you who are magic, do you need, or would gemstones be useful for you to do magic?
I'm good for now, thank you.
Okay. Rory, Mare, what about the two of you? You seem magic as shit.
I honestly don't know. Rory can have first dibs if he requires anything.
I didn't say I had anything. I was asking if you could use them.
There's a few things I could use them for. The main thing right now is Devin. If anything happened to Devin, I would need something to bring him back in his current or a different form.
Then I have these, and I will pull out 200 worth of gems and
Okay.
keep 50 still. I have these 200 gems, and if you can use them for magic, then go for it. And,
I can hold on to them. If anybody else needs some, you can come ask me for so I can give you some.
how about this? Then, well, if you don't need them yet, I'll go ahead and hold on to them. That's perfectly fine too.
Okay, I can let you know if I need them.
Perfect. Okay. So
I'll take a look through my stuff.
You have a bag of gems.
And then I also tell them about the items.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, out of character, explain what we have, because it's just easier. We have an immovable rod. Nice. We have a shield, and I don't know who uses shields. Do you want a shield? Are you interested in shields? Not so much?
Rory uses a shield, and Mayor, you also have a shield, correct?
This is the Sentinel shield. While holding this shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks. The shield has an eyeball on it. And also armor class up by 2. So yeah.
So yeah, that shield will give you advantage on initiative.
Advantage on initiative rolls.
And advantage
No,
on perception.
AC. Who wants better AC?
And also, Matt, would this help you?
I would not say no to being a little bit better defended.
I
being
think
able to
the
dodge
shield
attacks.
wise, it's not a +2 shield. It's still just a shield.
It says,
But it gives you-
increases your armor by 2. So
Yeah, per any
Regular.
shield. But
Okay.
it does give you advantage on initiative and advantage on perception checks.
Also, look at this. It's got a big old eyeball.
I see that.
Yes.
Kind of creepy looking, actually. I'm fairly perceptive myself. If others would care to be able to look a little closer at certain situations.
Oh yeah, I can
Doesn't slow me down, so that's something I can use for.
Oh yeah, shields really work for me.
Maybe you could.
That's true. You could hide behind it.
Maybe you could like strap it on your back and then have a turtle shell.
Oh! I like that.
A displacer with a turtle shell.
Uh-huh.
There you go. There you go.
Rory, is that something you're interested in? Because you do wield a shield.
I mean, otherwise we get gold for this. It seems.
You could just hang on to it, put it on the cart, and then sell it next time it comes down.
I want it so badly.
It's better than my current shield, so I would totally use it.
Then,
At least until, and if we decide we need the money, we can always sell it and I can go back to my old shield.
and if it gets hit in the eyeball, maybe you put a patch over it.
Okay.
Like a
And
pirate
Rory,
shield.
I give Rory the shield.
So Rory, you
the screen.
Sentinel shield.
It will live here.
So you can add that to your inventory.
We also have the Periapt of proof against poison. I knew that out of my brain.
Say that 10 times fast for me.
No, they've been invited. Blah blah blah. When you wear it, poisons have no effect on you. You are immune to poison condition and have immunity to poison damage. So this could be good for pretty much anyone who is interested in it. As I hold it in
Cart is like
Yes.
Donkey from Shrek.
I feel like Tadpole and Big Man, you are the ones who are up close the most. So who one of the two of you is.
I mean, I go ahead and take it. On
The
his
monk
turn.
has jewelry.
Okay. Add that.
And then this immovable rod is just kind of a thing anybody can use, I guess, yeah? I mean, does anyone care about
I think you should keep it.
Then I will keep it.
Which one was that?
Immovable rod.
Yeah.
So many shenanigans
A way
can
to
come out of that.
the biggest pain in the butt. I can't wait to, like, Thor in the first movie kick
Yeah.
someone to the floor. It would be great.
Alright.
Alright, I'll hold on to this.
Is this in the Beyond or is it?
Okay,
that
we
would
should be
be-
able to look it up. That's official
That would be
content there.
advantageous for you, I do believe.
I do believe you are right.
Sneaky nature.
Was there anything else you want to do over those couple days?
Just look around, see what people are doing.
People are recovering.
We're far from the river, right?
No, you're fairly close. They removed their village, if you remember. And they're fairly close to the river now.
I'm gonna go. The river was fairly clean. We could vaguely see the bottom.
Loosely, yeah.
I'm gonna go swim.
Okay, yeah. You spent.
I roll up to the river and just start taking all my shit off. Shirt off, pants off.
He's downstream from the.
Drawers are off, and I just go for a swim.
Oh, you rolled.
You spend your days recovering. You get very relaxed. You have a nice swim. It's been a while since you've really just relaxed in the river.
And if anyone was around to pay attention, they would know that it's not like he's scarred all over, but you can see where there have been plenty of cuts and bruises that have healed over time and time again. Also, this did not come off.
What?
So, Mayor, we will go over to you over these 2-3 days that you were at the village. What were you doing?
I was working with those who had been injured,
Okay.
assisting in their healing as much as I was able. If I ever had a break, I would go and I would find some of the young kids to play with, just sort of mind them and be around their happy faces.
As you are showing yourself to be a healer, have an ability for that. An elderly woman comes up to you, introduces herself as Horith.
How do you spell that?
Horith. She goes, "My dear, you seem to have some skill with the healing. Here, perhaps I can show you something." And she begins to walk you through. You have proficiency in herbalism, yes?
I do.
She begins to walk you through the ability to make a restorative ointment. And she, it takes a day and a half to craft. It takes essentially 12 hours to make this, and she walks you through the process, but she also gives you one to show the effects. So we can add that as you learn how to make a restorative ointment from Orith, the medicine woman of the village. And so with that, you spend quite a bit of time with her, tending the sick, or spending time with the children, entertaining them as such. And they seem, you know how children do, they suppress trauma and then it shows up later. After the first couple days, they seem jovial for the most part, as they have fallen back on some of their ways. And so, is there anything else that you were wanting to do?
Can I get back to you on that? We'll see. I want to see how other people.
Jordan, we're skipping over you because we're going to come to you later. Alright.
Digital middle.
So after we get back, Kari's going to spend the remainder of the day helping bury the fallen. The next day, once she sees Riker looking like he needs a fast getaway, as some are wont to do, going to make a suggestion of going to retrieve the dragon. And assuming Riker says yes.
Yep.
Let's get the dragon.
Absolutely.
We'll go back to the cave.
Can I go with it?
Absolutely.
And we'll.
You're gonna have to put something on.
As you guys are walking down by the river, you see him go, "Hey, can I come with you?"
That's fair enough.
But, yes,
What happens when you play with knives?
you can most definitely go back.
Kari's gonna take note of
Put my fantasy on
Grace's features in case she ever needs to look like him.
You have a detailed look of Gray. you can accurately replicate Gray.
Rock on. Then we'll go
Getting
get.
a copy of me?
Not right now.
Not at the moment. Just taking note of.
She just made note of what she was saying.
Oh, good.
And then
Did you get a
go
nice, good
retrieve. Oh, absolutely. Even the little birthmark on your left butt cheek.
There was no.
But,
That Elvin
so what you
bloodline,
don't
man,
know
I was
That was a leech.
An innate change. There's always a birthmark.
How long happened that?
Shit, that's what that pink shit was. Damn.
It's a
Then we're gonna go pull the dragon out.
Okay. Who is
that-
heading the retrieving of the dragon from the water?
Strong boy.
Strong boy. I would need you to make a strength check with advantage, as you have the aid of the other two.
Of the very not strong.
Strength check.
To pull dragon out of the water. Okay. Yes, y'all go back, get some sleep, and the next day you come out to do this, and you begin pulling out this dragon. And you do. You manage to retrieve it up to the shoreline, and it is waterlogged, the beginnings of decay. You see some spots where the necrotic damage that hit it where it was eaten away. Water seems to have poured in. It seems
Give it one of these.
in some places it is not in great condition.
Yeah. Is there enough that we could salvage enough of the hide to make dragon hide armor?
It was not a very big dragon, so depending on how well you harvest it, maybe.
Okay. I definitely want to do my best to harvest as much as we possibly can.
Okay, then make a survival check.
And while he's at it, can I like help him out? Kind of pulling the hide back and moving things, and then
You
harvesting
can give him advantage on the survival.
teeth and claws, please.
So what'd you get?
I'm not touching it. I'm letting there be things. Thank you for the advantage. That's a natural 20
Okay.
for a 23.
So yes, you, through great skill and the aid of those around you, you do manage to pull off enough of the hide and the scales that you think you might be able to make some scale armor or hide armor with this, depending. You're not sure if what benefits it would have over other armor made from hide, but you do have some dragon hide, and you do have some teeth and claws that you have grabbed as well.
Awesome. And then the rest of the time after that, Kari's going to go back and forth between getting the armor built and basically practicing turning into furballs, because that is not a creature that Kari has run across very often.
Spend your time
Outside the one.
studying
She gets
the various intricacies of the clan.
Oh, yeah. Cool. How many dragon teeth and claws do I get?
We'll say you get the number that this dice says. You get 5 claws and 3 teeth.
How many teeth?
3. So you do have that, and you are trying to make armor of it?
Yes.
Okay. You might have to get Rory's help with that aspect.
Okay. I will try to convince Rory to help me when he has free time.
Okay. But you have that. Nothing else you can put on the cart until you get to a town that can be done. Augustina.
First thing, do I get the impression that they have any way to bring back the dead, or are they just burying them?
Seems they're just burying them.
Okay. So I think she was starting to gather stuff to make health potions, but then she overhears Korith talking to Nyra and just kind of stops, drops it all, and walks away to go find the kids.
This rivalry.
And
Best anime rivalry.
and she's gonna go ahead and start entertaining the kids with like a musical rendition of them fighting and be like, we were just a rambling rove of raging ruffian rabble fighting this dragon, and we needed some shark repellent or bat or something, and then Gray had a dagger and he threw it and he killed the
Do I
dragon.
hear this happening?
Probably not, no. You're harvesting a dragon hide. So, while you were getting the instructions from Horace, you had every intention of going over to entertain the children, and you go over there and you see that they are thoroughly entertained by the small satyr of your group.
I just imagine this is Olaf Shorts, but for our dragon battle.
Every encounter person you met is being thoroughly, is being regaled in some manner to these children, and they are enamored by your storytelling.
Brand of Fire Star Wars style.
Absolutely. Is it factual? Sure. It's
Nyra
entertaining.
went down and I had to save her because she's not the only healer here.
Got him.
Oh my goodness.
Gentlemen, got him.
So,
I gotta get another drink now.
is there anything else you want to do besides beat Mare to the ability to entertain the kids?
Oh man.
I think she's gonna continue working on you know, her quilt and maybe start taking apart some of those clothes to start actually like redoing them for herself. And then probably towards the last day, she'll finally get the gumption back up to actually try and make a health potion.
Sure, yeah. You can, with the aid of those around you, you can make a health potion. Normally it would cost you half the price to make it. Because of the aid of the medicinal people around you, it would cost you 12 gold in a day, but you can make a singular common health potion. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Riker!
I'm bringing up dragon.
Come on down!
We have been waiting so long for this.
Well, while Riker settles in, what was the one thing you wanted
I
to do?
just want to trade a few of my daggers in for a hand axe. If it's possible.
There aren't really like a whole lot of blacksmithy around here. Especially not that's off in operation.
Didn't know if anybody would have one. That's fine.
Not really around. They don't have much right now.
Okay.
You may want to hold off until you get to a town.
Yeah.
Riker, what are you doing over these 3 days?
Open with the dragon. What do you expect?
Okay. So that took a day.
Well, I'm gonna go get some. Oh, crap.
After they come back for the first day, when they're coming back into town, can I grab Riker real quick?
Absolutely.
We're gonna go hang out for a day.
Okay.
All day.
Surely there's something else you need, Farron. This can't be it.
I'm gonna start my impromptu counseling sessions between you two. That's got to be at least 2 days, right? I won't care after we leave this place. It's okay. Y'all can go back to hating each other. No, I'm kidding.
Riker just makes it worse.
So, what did you need
tell
her
her
for?
how you feel? You hate her. I think it's best when you tell people that you hate their guts. That's not in character.
Mr. Riker, when we were talking before we went into the dragon's cave, you'd mentioned that just acknowledging that there was no act of cowardice in choosing to try and perhaps avoid the encounter. And that's not exactly true. I can't speak for everybody else, but I was terrified to go into this. And I wanted to ask, how are you so brave when it comes to a fight like this? You just go rushing in and you have this certainty about you, and I don't understand where it comes from.
I don't think being afraid is unnatural. And I don't think not being a coward is being unafraid. I think we're all afraid of things. I am dreading a conversation with my supposed family. Maybe I am cowardice, but I tend to think fear is a natural process. It's actually beneficial. It helps you make sometimes sound decisions that say, it's a really bad idea to go running into a dragon's lair that we know nothing about. By the same token, sometimes that is what the moment calls for, and you just have to do what you have to do in spite of the fear. And so I would say you might have felt cowardice, but when the moment came, you definitely showed your quality, and it was very far from a coward.
I helped to heal people, but I did nothing to the dragon. I tried to run away, and it knocked me down. I could do nothing if not for Kari and Augustina's assistance.
But dealing damage does not make one brave. Sometimes it is much more brave to be in the face of certain danger, threatened, maybe even death, and instead of turning an eye to your own desires and what you would want, you instead turn and look at the needs of those around you. That is in and of itself incredibly brave. Because how many times would we maybe not have gotten up if Augustina had not come helped you, or you had not come and helped somebody else. And so, as a group, we are of course stronger together, and if you look out for other people, I'd say that is, in the midst of danger, perhaps one of the bravest things that you could do. I do not think it is wrong to value life. Your own life, the life of others, it's part of being alive in this world. It's part of being natural. Death is an unnatural reality. We fight for life. We strive for life. We try to help out other people for life. And we might be afraid in doing so, but maybe that is what we're here to do. That's why I'm on this quest to the far extents of the eastern shore. I have no idea what is there, but maybe, just maybe, if that group actually saves life, helps life by protecting from others who are dangerous, such as green dragons who seek to enslave and kill and harm, then maybe I have a place amongst them. But you have to understand, Miss Mayor, I come from a group and a tradition where we weren't valued with life. The reason I fight so hard is because we had to fight for each other. You know, when rich people go to war, they send in the stragglers first. Well, that was the group I was with. They were the street slum. You can go break a line, go charge into the shield wall. All we need you to do is open a little gap. That's all right. We'll come in behind. Armor? No, you don't need armor. You're there just to break a line. Shoo now, be gone, bothersome little ones. And so we developed our own ways and our own methods, and we came to embrace the idea that maybe death is inevitable, but if I can fight for the people next to me, then maybe they could make it out, or I could make it out. So it will come when it comes, and I'd much rather go into combat with people I care about fighting beside me than fighting for nothing or dying for nothing. So sometimes when you just have a little bit, you come to value all of life and not just the money you have.
That's very true.
But you're not a coward. Being afraid doesn't make you a coward. Getting back up and not running and helping your friends, that's a mark of bravery.
At that point, it was a mark of self-preservation. I had no way out if not for you and the others.
Well, you still stuck around, and I'll take that. So if you say you're not brave, I will not argue with you too much. I will say you're wrong, but you won't believe me. But we'll see as time continues on.
You're very kind to Mr.
I'm honest. Maybe too honest. A moment of honesty. I really wish you two females would figure out what's going on. I do not lie when I say I do not understand it. Is there something I should know about?
Not that I'm aware of, although it's not terribly uncommon. Sometimes people just don't like you. Not you in particular, but you in general. Me in particular.
People don't like me, it's okay.
Well, they are wrong, and you may or may not believe me in this case, but I am just being honest.
Touché. It is a rather intriguing situation. I think Rory told me my folks were psychologists. I think maybe you two should sit down and have a counseling session.
That's how you're feeling about it.
The doors open, side quest begins.
Ready.
I do believe Elder Horace is going to be working with me to teach me how to make this remarkable ointment. I'm hoping it will be very useful for our travels together. Unfortunately, we may not have the time.
Here you go. A chance to test your bravery.
Oh, we've already decided decided I'm not brave.
So, well, we're gonna give you an opportunity to practice bravery then. I would like for you to learn, and with your teacher present, invite Augustina to help you out. I would love to see her reaction and the elders' reaction to her possibly saying no. This would be all sorts of joyousness. And if she says no, that's okay, and maybe now is not the time, but if she says yes, maybe you two can actually have something start up there that's a conversation, or a death fight, one of the two. But the elder will be there to help mediate. But I do rather enjoy the idea of a group that doesn't hate each other. It makes life so much easier.
I can only speak on my own behalf. I hold no hate in my heart towards Augustina. And if this is a challenge, what are the stakes?
I can make some steaks.
If I do this, if I do this, what then shall you do, sir?
Oh, I'm going to have to be forced to practice my own set of bravery with something I do not care to do. I'll do that with Rory, I'm sure. So, yay for family that you don't know.
So you are resigned to your bravery, whether I do this or not, so why then should I?
Because if you do not, I will just leave.
Well then, I shall go to my fate if you shall go to yours.
Yes, I need to go find my brother. I think that's why I also say do it with somebody. It's easier. It's easier with someone else around.
Shall I walk you there and we can pretend to be a very deep conversation so that we are not bothered on our way through the village?
Or we could walk in the other direction and ignore it completely.
That sounds entirely appealing at this moment.
It does. Now, would you say that's a good idea or a bad idea?
I just look around at the darkness in the forest with the cat creatures that have already eaten my horse. Perhaps in the darkness is not the best idea. I'll
Isn't
walk
it
perhaps in the morning.
intriguing how wisdom and bravery seem to coincide?
You say that. I'm not entirely sure I believe you yet.
We shall see what we shall see. Start walking slowly back. Slowly being the key word.
I slowly accompany him. And we'll say the next morning, I meet with Elder Horith. And I ask her, one of my other friends is rather gifted in these sorts of activities. You were teaching me yesterday. Would it be at all possible for her to join us today?
Is she also a healer? That's wonderful.
I don't think that's quite her skill set, but she's very good with herbs.
Fun. We need plenty of skilled people to help out in these trying times. Where are they?
Shall we go see if we can find her?
Please, let's go.
I look around and see if I can find Augustina.
And to be fair, she is elderly and hunched over, still taller than you.
Because
Begins making her way with her slow moving, and you all do find. Where do they find you?
With the children.
Okay, so you hear laughter from children and a squeaking story that may be reserved for dogs' ears as you round the corner to see Augustina very flamboyantly telling a tale.
I awkwardly sort of clear my throat to try to get her attention.
Keep going. Just keep going.
Like she's telling things and I'm like acting stuff out. Like throwing knives.
As you come around and clear your throat to her, is that the one?
The boisterous one, yes.
Oh, I see. Excuse me! You, hi.
Hi, my name is Horace. I am one of the medicinal elders here. Your friend there tells me that you know how to heal or are proficient with herbs and the sort.
Augustina's gonna be like, so as the wolf raised it, we go to intermission.
I tell you what, we got
You, dark one, you entertain the children. You come with me.
Freddy will now show you his skills with knives. Do not repeat them, your children.
So remember, you point the pointy bit away from you.
And with that, she
Don't point at these.
begins
That's stupid.
corralling you like, for an elderly woman, surprisingly forceful in her movements.
Like that.
So you are an herbalist, yes? So your friend says.
I have some skills with herbs, yes.
Wonderful, we need of your aid. So come with me.
Augustina's gonna look at Mare and then look at her and say, respectfully, my father told me whenever I was quite young that it behooves us to understand our place in the world. And I do very, very, very well with children and with stories, so I think it would be best for me to be there and for the healer to go with you.
You do herbs, you can do healing. Come with me.
Dungeon Master. I roll a 19. What fruit are hanging from the tree? What do I get?
You take your knife comes up and you bring it back down and you get, it's purplish in nature, almost a plum that's the size of a grapefruit.
Hey, what do you call this? I'm talking to the children.
We call that one purple power. Surprisingly sweet.
And that's what I'm doing with them. I'm trying to get them throw knives to get it.
So Elder Horth just begins walking away and leads you to her hovel, as it were, and just immediately, like, you come in and she sits you down and just starts giving you supplies and starts walking you through the procedure for making the restorative ointment. And so you're there.
As she walks away, Augustine's gonna turn and just look at Mare.
Mare's face is just bright red at this point.
And Riker is smiling somewhere in the background.
I waved the two of them off too. Have fun.
And Augustina will go in and she will take what's being given to her, but she's just doing it very slowly and she's just not looking at anybody.
That's fine. You will learn.
Hooker crook, you will learn.
And so you spend at least the remainder of that day in the hovel with the large elderly Faribault and Mare. It's not very big. You and Mare are not far away from each other.
Hour 5. Grandmother, is she almost done? The children, I've run out of trees.
Go do something else. We're busy here. Get out of here. Go. Do you heal?
I unheal.
Do you?
You can fight Parker and help you.
Hey, help me juggle knives. The children want the show or something. I don't know.
Augustina will finish that out, and then for the rest of her time there, she sees Mare, she sees Elder Horus, walks the other way. But it is in her anger and her fury that she makes that health potion.
And to be fair, Elder Horth, after that day, is looking for you. Like, every day she finds Mare, says, where is your friend? You don't know? Okay, go to the hovel to get your lessons. And, like, we'll spend a good, like, you are...
Every single thing she has seen
You are
Ray do, she
dodging.
starts implementing.
You are dodging this woman.
She'll be in the middle of the story, she's there, intermission!
What?
And then the kids start looking for her, intermission!
I said you should ask her. You didn't. He did. That's not my fault.
So you spend the remainder of your time dodging Elder Horth.
Does she learn how to make this?
She does.
Lauren, send me a picture.
Going back to you, Riker, for your remainder couple days.
During the family reunion, I also want to go ahead and take the dragon claws and the teeth and make almost like a knuckle guard. so that when I make a fist and punch, I can actually nail it and they stay rigid, and you actually strike with the dragon teeth and claws.
Okay. And sort of give yourself a little bit of piercing with the. Okay, cool. Make a.
With Rory's help, of course.
Okay, make a intelligence check
Oh, this is bad.
with advantage because Rory will help you if Rory wants to help.
Natural 18 plus
Yep.
1 is 19.
Yep. You craft your clawed attacks. And we will at this point go to Rory because I imagine you will also be tying him with Riker over these days. So, Rory, I saw that. That's good. There. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, there's a Jordan.
It's a very fluky ponytail you're rocking.
Thank you. Over these 3 days, what are you doing?
I think mostly just catching up with my family. Probably dropping, I guess the technical things, dropping the sending stone imbuement and moving the one imbuement back to Riker's weapon so that he has a +1 again.
Oh, I thought it was already that because you had that through the fight.
Oh, I think I may have dropped the sending stone before this.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay, so we're sending stones and Monkey the Server, the two that are up, so we'll stick with that then.
So you're dropping Riker's blade.
No, I'm saying it's Homunculus Servant and Riker's Blade are the two we're keeping.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if I had done that already.
Yeah, you already had that.
If he was adding it during the fight, then that's good. We'll keep that. There's something I was going to do and I got so invested listening to everybody else's stuff I forgot what I was going to... yeah, I mean, I think most of the time I'm going to be catching up with the family. I will help Riker, of course, make his little stabby gloves, and I think Kari had mentioned needing help with something as well. Using downtime to just work on the Solosian Leather Stronghold and the Fire Giant Cipher.
Okay. I would say because you all do have that displacer hide, over this course, Rory, you could be crafting either some sort of armor from the Green Dragon or a displacer cloak. You could craft one of those two during this time if you wanted to.
I am an armorer. That is my subclass, so I will probably lean towards doing that.
Okay. Then you can craft that. I wonder, were you trying to make, and this may be a conversation, were you wanting to make some sort of leather armor out of it or scale mail out of it?
And we take the scales off, make leather armor, and then use the scales for scale mail later.
No.
Later.
There's not quite enough for that. It was not a very big dragon, so what he got, you could maneuver for that.
Well, I have fancy armor, so I don't know what anybody else can use or would need, so I would defer to the group to see what people want me to make, and I will focus on that.
Just basically looking at how much there is. Obviously, our squishier members, and if we can upgrade, great. I don't know how much better if we can get to studded leather level, or if we can.
That's
Well,
what I'm sitting on.
Yeah, you know, one of them can't wear armor.
Right. But we're making the displacer cloak for that one.
What about some dragon scale gauntlets or something? I don't know what that's classified as. If that's still just armor, or if that, because it seems like a peripheral item typically.
It depends on what you were trying to do with that.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know what exactly you want to do, you could hold off on that. The hide will keep, and you could work on the displacer cloak instead.
Yeah. If we can get the hide to at least where it'll keep.
Yeah, you can get it to where you can put the hide on the cart and sort of maybe
work on displacer cloak.
Keep it or sell it at the next town. You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Between my leather kit and the things that are in the town, we could just tan it and let it.
Yeah. So you can make the hide work.
Tan the hide in it.
Okay. Would you want to work on the cloak displacement or no? You can with your tinkering abilities. You could.
And I have the ability to create any tools that I need.
Right. Yes, you do. So I would like you to make a intelligence check plus proficiency, as you will spend some of this time crafting the cloak of displacement.
Okay. Intelligence plus proficiency. All right, here we go. That's a total of 10.
10. Okay. It will work. You have guidance, right? You could guide yourself. I'll let you.
Okay.
It's been a little bit since we played.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, that existed. Well, I just launched a dice into my radiant heater.
That's fine.
That won't be there anymore. That was definitely a critical fail.
We need to send Jordan like a cage for his day off.
Okay. Plus 1.
Okay.
So 11.
So you can craft it. It will.
If I'm working with Kari, would I get advantage on this for 2 people or no?
No, because this is becoming more of the enchanting side of the leather. The displacer cloak hide is ready. This is now you harnessing the magical aspect of it, and because your tinkering is in of itself magical, this is why you can do this. So this is kind of a you thing.
Kari not magical.
So you can make this. This will end up costing also 100 golds worth of materials and supplies and things of that nature. Because you provided the biggest material, which was the hide itself. Normally these things are very expensive. So if you or collectively y'all can come up with 100 gold, which I believe y'all have.
Yeah.
Subtract 100 gold from somewhere, you can have a cloak of displacement.
50.
With the what am I having? My leatherworking kit, pulling materials from that to basically do the constructive work. Could pull like 10 gold of material from that to get the.
Not necessarily. That's kind of your role was kind of to see if you failed entirely, then the hide is ruined. That the role is kind of to see the pricing. So
If you need some help with gold, let me know. Yeah. I'll pitch
I
in.
gave you 50.
okay, so Kari put up 50 for it.
How much more does?
It's 100 total.
I'll put in 10.
Okay, so you're up to 60.
I got it. I can give a. Actually, I'll do 20.
Okay,
I'll finish it out. What is it? 25?
30.
30?
Okay, so
Which way?
crowd funded. Y'all have created your cloak of displacement. So you have that, Rory, to wear or give to whoever might need it.
Here, hold on. Touch beginner.
What?
So you've done that. Was there any specific conversations you were wanting to have with any specific family members, or you're just sort of catching up with them?
I think mostly just catching up. More, yeah, because I mean, I know the most recent big thing that's gone on, and so just kind of hearing about their life since we left and then just really catching him up, I figure I'm probably talking a little more than listening at this point, just catching him up on
Okay, yeah.
what I went through looking for Riker, how I found him, what we've been doing since, and just his state as much as I know, which is not a ton, but
Okay.
Probably more than me.
Clarifying
mostly
a
what
couple
we've
things
discovered
for
together,
Kevin.
just like what he does and doesn't know, what we know about his physical condition and his new body, but it is him, and no, I don't, that kind of thing.
And you know, they always refer to Riker as their son. There's never any questions, any doubts in their comment. And Riker, you get that. Every time it's hello son, how you doing son? They're very warm and loving. You'll have also noticed at the end of every evening meal, that's almost a tradition, your father will push back his chair, looks over to your mother and says, "That is the best meal I think I've ever had." And then he goes outside, he sits down, and he smokes his evening pipe.
I'll smoke a pipe with him.
And this is sort of the tradition. And then when y'all are knowing this is your final night, you'll be setting off in the morning. Goes through the tradition, pushes his chair back. "That's the best meal I think I've ever had." Gets up, goes, sits outside. And as he's walking out, he looks over to you, Riker, and you, Rory, and said, "Boys, would you come sit with me?"
I'll slide out and go sit with him.
He walks outside. It's quiet for a little bit as he sits down in his big old comfy chair out there. Packs his pipe. Gets it going. And y'all sit in silence for a few minutes, enjoying the peaceful of the forest. After a little bit, he looks to you and says, "Boys, it's been real good to see y'all. Real happy y'all showed up when you did. I appreciate you. I understand that you need to go off and do your thing. Come back and visit soon. And I have something for y'all." And he reaches down and he pulls out 2 wooden sticks. You see carved onto them faces of Fairbolgs. And he holds it up and says, "I didn't have time to finish this before you left, Rory, so I'm glad you came back. This is the Tetchall." And Rory, you recognize this as these are family traditions. The sticks is your lineage, your heritage. On it is your father's face, his father's face, his father's face, going back for generations. Each father will create a new one for his children, and he passes it down. And he presents 2 of them, these wooden sticks attached with a leather rope. And he hands one to you, Roy, and he hands one to you, Riker. He says, "This is your family. This is your heritage. You are my sons. And this is where you call home. Go out, do your adventures. Solve whatever you need to solve. But know you have a bed here, you have food here, and we welcome you every time. It's been real good to see you, boys." He sort of sits back in his wicked rocking chair, starts smoking his pipe again. And y'all just sort of sit there in the quiet of the evening. Time passes.
I like my stick, Dad.
I always liked mine. And he reaches down and pulls out, hanging around his neck, his Tetchall that he has carried. It's worn, it's old, but he keeps it close. Night comes, you'll eventually get to your sleep, and you wake up the next day to continue your journey. You are prepped and ready, continuing forth. Do you say any final things from the village?
I'll hug him.
And you are all family, every single one. Especially Maribella, the mother, she comes up to each one of you. You be sure you come back. You don't sit. Take care of my boy. You also, come here.
Yes, ma'am, it is very good.
No, you call me mother. We've been over this. Come here.
Mama, it is so good. Thank you for having us.
Every single one of you. She said, goodbye, my son. Goodbye, sweet daughter. Goodbye.
Family
And
is the most important thing.
she gives you all a nice packed lunch. You all have a nice little sandwich to take on the go to the
Oh
field.
shit, she cut the crust off and everything.
I feel like it that way.
Augustine will accept the hugs, and I think somewhere in the middle of trying to hide from Horace, she told the children a story about a nasty old witch that looks just like her and taught them a signal whenever they saw her. And so as she's saying goodbye to the younger kids, she gives them a hug and she goes,
As you're all saying goodbye from the village,
I did want to find out whose house I drew the pictures in. Remember a long time ago?
yes, I remember.
Yeah. Whose house is that?
That is the house. So, to be fair,
Yeah.
I rolled.
Yeah.
This is the house of Mad Trunk.
Who's that?
Mad Trunk is a if imagine a Faribold with slight mange. He is gentle. He is kind. He's a little insane. And so everyone just calls him Mad Trunk. And you discovered that this is what where your carving was in the house of Mad Trunk. And he,
Did he ever find you?
you think he doesn't exactly. Mad Trunk likes to speak like this, and it's a whole lot different. Sometimes he just don't know. Sure. Sure.
Fantastic.
What did you draw in there?
I forget exactly. I think it was like stick figures of all of us beating the ass out of the goblin.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
I think
And
that's
I'm
what it
fairly
was.
certain there was also somebody who was beating up Tathan.
Oh yeah,
I think
that might
Tathan
have
was
been part
also
of it.
involved.
That's fair.
I mean, it is a mural.
I did roll to see. I have a few villager names listed out, and I was like, I wonder who that is. You got Mad Trunk, man.
Hell yes.
it starts expanding it.
Right. Oh yeah, no, it's like
Mad Trunk's developed a new hobby of wood carving.
perfect. I've inspired this man on this day. I'm not even about.
So as you are heading off, the village is saying bye to you. Horace shows up. Horace says bye to Mayor. You be sure to take everything that I told you, and you use it to the best of your ability.
Oh, yes, ma'am, absolutely.
And you. Don't think I didn't see you trying to get away from me. You weren't gonna get that far. Now you listen to her. She actually paid attention to her lessons, and you still need to work on yours. So you learned a little bit, but there's more for you to learn. Now you are a healer, and you're gonna heal because you're an herbalist, and herbalists are supposed to heal. Now pay attention, all right?
Yes, ma'am, entirely. Of course, I will pay the utmost attention.
Now don't get sarcastic with me, little one. All right, now get on out of here.
Augustine is just gonna turn. Look.
Just a little puppy. Oh, Jesus.
Just
Alright, now all you got.
turns away.
And so you all mount up on your horses, your carts, and begin rolling your way back on the road, headed to Eastwatch. And that is where we'll pick it up next time. Now, before we leave, level up. So I would like each of you to roll your hit die, going
I
around
can
the
never
corner,
remember.
going around. We'll start Raker.
Where's edit character?
If anybody's wanting to multi-class, you can. Roll that hit die.
Manage character.
Yes. So you can at least roll it. If you roll it now, we'll add it later on the.
Right, because mine always goes.
So Riker,
Okay. This is our roll.
D10. What you got?
Level 4.
5. All right.
5.
5. Ooh, big 5 for you.
Yeah.
Big ol' 8.
Big old 8. Rory.
Rolling. 3.
3. Ooh, that's all right. You'll be okay.
D8 for clerics, right?
D8 for clerics.
3.
3 and D8 for rogue.
That was out of the box, which is
box.
That's a 3.
3. Well, all the d8s on this side hit 3, 3, 3. Must be bad side too. Alright, so we will pick this up in 2 weeks from now. Good stuff.
So rolled HP just added 3.